Hello! Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I'm your host, Farron. I use she, they, they pronouns, and I'm so excited for today's video. In today's video, we're going to be doing an autism tag video. Now, I haven't seen any on YouTube, but I have seen a few on TikTok, I think. And I decided to do my own on YouTube because it is Autism Acceptance Month, and I am autistic, so I figured I would do one here for you guys. I will link the questions down below. It is on Neuro Wonderful's Tumblr page, and here is what it looks like as well. There are 29 questions, so I'm gonna just get started on answering all of them. So editing me, I decided to skip a few questions because this video would have been super long if I didn't, and I also didn't know how to answer a few of the questions, so I skipped them. But if you want me to do a part 2, like, comment, subscribe, just let me know that you want me to do another video like this one. Before we begin today's video, I do want to plug my social medias, which are all linked down below in the description box. I have a TikTok where I post fun videos, an Instagram where I post fun pics, and a Twitter where I post fun retweets. I also have a Goodreads where I post fun book reviews, all linked in the description box below. And now let's get back to today's video. Okay, question number 1. When did you first discover that you were autistic? I first discovered I was autistic May 2020. I watched a YouTube video on autism and decided to do further research on autism. I also started a Twitter account where I could follow people who are autistic and learn their experiences and kind of gauge them on, compare them to my own experiences. And then in October of 2020, I got a TikTok and eventually found my way to autistic people on TikTok and started following them and learning about their experiences and comparing them to my own experiences. And that really kind of helped me to discover that I was autistic. Question number 2, what are your favorite STEM toys? I love Poppets. I got these for Christmas and I bought some for my family as well because whenever I get fidget toys, they kind of want to play with them as well. So I bought some for them, and I got myself Halloween themed ones because I like the aesthetic of them. And so I have a bunch of Halloween themed ones. This was one of my first fidget toys. I got myself a fidget cube, and this is the reason why I bought them fidget toys whenever I buy fidget toys, because everyone loved my fidget cube, and so I bought them their own fidget cubes because there's so many things. The light switch, the joystick, buttons, loved that. And when I bought them fidget cubes, I bought myself a fidget pad. The joystick did break because I sat on it, leaned on it and broke it. But this one is another favorite of mine. I want to get the fidget ring, which is just like this, but in a ring shape one. Also like fidget spinners, an old one but a good one. This is a newer one because it now has Poppets in it, and I love this as well. Question number 3, what are your favorite stems? I really just like, doing like finger things. Rocking side to side seems to be another one I tend to do often. I also like playing with things that aren't fidget toys. We have these hair ties that I just love pretending I'm braiding hair with, that I just find very fun. And I can just do this while I'm talking, and yeah, just some of them. I also like chewing gum. Like sometimes I just need to chew on something, and so I have gum to just chew on. And yeah, of course we have Poppets. I love playing with Poppets. Sometimes I'm reading a book and I'm just playing with Poppets, or I'm watching TV and I'm playing with Poppets. And because I have so many of them now, I just kind of cycle through them and play with those. Question number 6, what are your special interests? Well, dyeing my hair is one of them. I've dyed my hair every month this year so far, and here it is, April, and I am here again. You just will see it later on. And yeah, reading is number 2, specifically romance books. They are my favorite genre to read, and I'm constantly reading them. And yeah, then we have witchcraft, witches. I have so many books that I've checked out from the library on witchcraft, and it's become a special interest of mine. Then we have me, like just learning about myself has become a special interest. I first discovered astrology like 10 years ago when I was trying to learn about myself and why I was so different from other people. It is not because I'm a Taurus, but I do still find it interesting and learning about astrology. I love it. This is Enneagrams, but personality types is another thing that kind of, in my journey of finding out I'm autistic, I came across personality types as well, and it's become a special interest of mine because I constantly am like, now that I know about me, let me learn about other people, the way they interact and the way they respond to things. And personality types kind of help me kind of like, oh, this is why they do this is why they do that, and kind of finding reasons on why people are the way they are, and found that through personality types. And then we have ADHD and autism, learning about myself and other people around me who are autistic as well, and I find that to be become a special interest of itself. And yeah, next we have ferrets. Well, animals in general. I've always loved animals. I love watching videos on animals, especially like nature documentaries. Pets have just been kind of like more of a focus point because I want to eventually own a cat, a dog, and 2 ferrets, because ferrets need to be in pairs at least. And so researching animals that I want to own has become a special interest of mine as well, and learning how to take care of them so I can be the best parent I can for them. Question number 7, what sensory inputs do you find to be very unpleasant? Number 1, tags and like articles of clothing that are very itchy. I have a very large wardrobe, but I wear a very small amount because those are the ones I find to be the most comfortable. So I'm not wearing all of my wardrobe because of sensory issues. I also have a thing with like sound. Too many sounds all at once, especially close proximity to me. Very unpleasant. Bright lights are another one that's very unpleasant. Our room, we kind of have our lights very dimmed so that they're not like, our eyes are not like hurting from lights. Also like smells, like sometimes the smell doesn't have to be bad, but it is a very strong scent or very overpowering, can be a lot. So those are just some of them that I struggle with. Question number 8, what kind of sensory inputs do you like the most? Well, listening to music, auditory ones, like having music to listen to. I find it easier to do dishes when I have music playing or something playing while I'm doing them, because it kind of distracts me from not liking doing the dishes. I find like some articles of clothing. I own like 3 pants like this, not the same exact pattern, and I wear these constantly around my house because they're very sensory friendly for me. They're very soft and I love them. Got them for Christmas from Walmart, if you want to know where I got those from. Okay, question number 9, what are your thoughts on self-diagnosis? I am pro self-diagnosis when it comes down to autism because it is so hard to get diagnosed. I am self-diagnosed autistic, and I've self-diagnosed myself 2 years ago, and I have become very confident in saying that I am autistic because of all the research that I've done and not based off of 1 or 2 TikTok videos. I also like watching these videos, learning about other people's experiences and how to better accommodate for myself. I don't use them to diagnose myself, and if you're using it to self-diagnose, If you keep getting these videos, further research on it, or Googling it, checking out books at the library if you can't afford to buy books on it, to learn more about it, just to help you to self-discover if you're autistic or not. But I do support self-diagnosis. I do want to get formally diagnosed in the future for better accommodations for myself, but at the moment I am just self-diagnosed. Question number 10. What is one thing you wish everyone knew about autism? I wish everyone knew that we are not your cousin who's autistic or your cousin's son's brother, sister's friend who's autistic. We are not carbon copies, which means if you've seen one autistic person, you've seen all autistic people, because we all present differently, we all have different struggles that we go through, even though some might have like the same sensory issues. There are different solutions for them, and not every solution is going to work for them, so we're not this same version of autism that you're used to seeing. We are all very different people, just like neurotypical people. We all have different interests, different likes. We don't all like trains. We're not all good at math. We're not all science people. Some autistic people are very artistic, and we're not the same people. We're all very different. Question number 11. If you could repel one myth about autism, which one would it be? I did look this up so I can have a myth I wanted to repel. There is a simple spectrum of autism with high functioning at one end and low functioning at the other end. I want to repel this because, again, we have different struggles. Like, some people have a higher social struggles, and so they need more support in that area. Some need support needs in other areas. It's not like a line of like autism, not autism, and they're more like different points on a spectrum of like where do you struggle and where do you need more support. Okay, so I'm skipping a few questions and I'll do them later in a different video. But question number 16. Do you have any mental illnesses / other kinds of neurodivergence? How do they interact with / affect your autism? Well, I would say I have anxiety, and I feel like anxiety is kind of a symptom of autism, the way other people have been talking about it. So I won't really touch too much on that, but anxiety is definitely one, especially social anxiety, but general anxiety as well. And I also have ADHD, and that affects me just as much as autism does. Being like wanting to hyper fixate or hyper focus on a task, but also being distracted by everything around me is very challenging. Or if I'm reading a book and the book itself is not stimulating my brain, and autism is like, we have to finish this book, and ADHD is like, no we don't, let's read a different book, let's do something else, let's go watch YouTube videos, let's watch a TikTok, and doing other things instead, and that affects me every day. Question number 17. Do you prefer person first language or identity first language? I prefer identity first language, and so I refer to myself as an autistic person and not a person with autism. It's not a hat that I can take off. It's not a shirt or an item of clothing that I can just remove whenever I want to. It is part of my identity, and so it should go first. Question number 19. Are there any books, shows, movies that you recommend to other autistic people? There is an autistic author who writes romance with autistic characters, Helen Huang. I'm going to put the name there in case I mispronounce it. Check out her books. I think I'm currently trying to read one, so very excited about that. Then I'm just going to list the movies and TV shows that I watch and kind of tell you where they are found. National Treasure, Ice Age, Milo Murphy, Kim Possible, Wizards are all on Disney Plus. Ants is on Hulu. Addams Family, the movie, the newest movies on Hulu, but also sometimes like during Halloween you can find the other two movies, the live action ones, on there. 16, Ninjago are both on Tubi. Netflix also has Ninjago, and also Hulu. Wild Thornberry's Rugrats are both found on Paramount Plus. How to Train Your Dragon is on Peacock, the first 2 seasons, and the rest of them are on Netflix. Adam's Family, the newest movie, is also on Paramount Plus. I'm also watching movies on HBO Max. I'm watching Lego movies. I love Lego movies. Lego Batman's my favorite. I also like watching Lego Ninjago. I think it's on there. If not, it's also on Hulu, I think. I like watching Lego Movie and Lego Movie 2. I don't watch those 2 as often, but I do like watching them. And if you like watching Lego movies, those are good ones. So I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then I'm going to end this video. If you stayed the whole time, thank you so much. What should we comment if you stayed the whole video? I don't know. Heart emoji, any color heart emoji. So question number 29. Have you had any previous special interests? What were they? Now, I go through cycles with my special interests, and so none of them are really truly over. I just kind of pick them up and put them down whenever I want. We have Barbie, Bratz, and Monster High. I would say they're under the same umbrella. I'm calling it dolls with movies because they are dolls and they have movies. Very self-explanatory. I don't know why I explained that. But I love all 3 of them. And if I had one platform where they all were on, I would watch them more than other platforms of watching media. But I know that Tubi has Monster High movies. I'm not sure if they still have them, but they definitely had them at one point. Netflix has the newer Barbie movies, and years ago I watched Bratz on Hulu. They're no longer on Hulu, but those went, but they used to be on there. Barbie, no, Monster High was also previously on Netflix, but they took them off. And only like the newest one is on there. But I would watch those if I could. I also really like makeup. I go through cycles of wanting to watch makeup videos and tutorials and things like that. I would say something I cycle through. Music. While I'm usually listening to the same few things, I also kind of go through a nostalgia period where I'm listening to like the old songs I like listening to and kind of do that. So again, it's just like cycling through. They're not like completely gone. They're like, see you later when I, kind of drop them. But then I pick them up and they're like, welcome back. And so, yeah. So last question, which is number 25. I know I did 29 before, but this one kind of ties into it, so I wanted to do it afterwards. What topics are you most likely to info dump about? Any of my special interests. Books, movies, TV shows, my dog, whatever pet I'm learning about currently, like ferrets. Things I feel strongly about, like Lion King 2. While I love the movie, I also hate the movie. And so I started a TikTok series where I'm talking about it based on the question, which Disney villain would you be and why? And so I have a whole series I'm doing on that. So when you follow me on TikTok, link in the description box below. But yeah, I can info dump on any of these things, plus other things as well. Just depends on who's asking, what you're asking me about, and if I have thoughts on it, I can info dump on any of those things. So that is all for today's video. If you stay to the end of the video, you're a real MVP. Go ahead and comment a heart emoji, any colored heart. I don't really care, just letting me know that you stayed to the end of the video. I really appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. I enjoy making them, and I hope to continue making them in the future. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up if you would like. Subscribe if you want to, and until next time, drink some water, eat a snack, play with a fidget toy, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!